Hi guys, I hope you're having a beautiful day. As always, I am doing my Ride or Die tag. So this was started by Jaclyn Hill. It has swept the internet and I am way behind the curve. Just saying. Anyway, so I went through the list. I know I was tagged by Little Miss Artsy. I think Lena just said everyone's already been tagged, so she didn't tag anyone, but I'm saying she tagged me. So I know for sure I was tagged to do this. I just haven't, so now I'm doing it. Yay! So not all of these things apply to me, so I didn't necessarily go 100% of all of the items that Jaclyn Hill did. She has a much more extensive makeup routine, I think, than I do, so some of these items apply to what works for her, but don't apply for me, so I'm just going to use my stuff. And I might throw a couple things in there that she didn't have in there. Okay, first up, primer. The Guerlain L'Or, the gold primer. This is pretty darn expensive. It is really fancy schmancy. This makes my makeup go on so well, stay a really long time, and stay very well mattified. Lately I've been trying to use up a couple other primers that I have, namely the Becca Backlighting Primer and the Jane Iredale Smooth Affair, so almost out of that one. I've been working on those. I haven't been using this as much. In the true like depths of summer when it was like 99 degrees for weeks and weeks straight, I didn't use this. I didn't really want to put much on my face at that time, to be honest. This is really expensive. I would highly suggest you get a sample from Sephora if you were interested in trying it, but it works fabulously on my skin. It just works so well, and it does have a slight kind of firming sensation with it. And then I believe Jaclyn Hill did foundation and then concealer. I do my concealer first and then I do foundation. My Ride or Die has to be my $3 e.l.f. HD HD Lifting Concealer. I get mine in the shade Fair. I have gone through more of this concealer than any other beauty item I think that I own. I have really dark under eye circles, I have hyperpigmentation, I get an occasional discoloration here or there. I don't really break out so much, but you know, skin isn't perfect and you want to conceal those things. This does such a great job on me. For some people, even the fair one might be a little too deep, so I think you gotta be just that right sort of skin tone. But I know my friend Lena also swears by this. She loves this. And I just keep breaking the caps on mine. I don't know why or how. I think I might twist it shut too hard or something. Look, it's broken like all over. Anyway, I am almost out of this one. And I just destroy these things. I go through them so quickly because I use so much of it. I mean, you can almost see straight through to the bottom. Just because I use so much of it. It has a doe foot applicator. If you haven't given this a try and you're considering it, I think it's at Target or Kmart. It is $3 and it is so worth it. I love it so much, and this one's almost dead. My favorite foundation, there are two of them. There's a high-end and a drugstore. My high-end is going to be the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, and mine is in Deauville. I really do love this. This is emptier than it looks. It's just kind of coating the sides, but it's probably down to like here. I really love this. It gives such a beautiful appearance on the skin, and especially when you combine it with the Guerlain primer, it just looks so good. It does have more of a demi-matte finish than something glowy. I mean, it's called Sheer Glow, but I wouldn't describe it as a truly glowy foundation. I just love how that applies to my skin, the color of it, the texture that it provides your skin after, you know, just looking very natural. I love it. Drugstore would be the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation. It's got like a blue lid on it. That is great. I absolutely love that from the drugstore. I also really like the Maybelline Better Skin foundation. So those would be my two drugstore. Love, love, love those. I purchased multiple of the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundations. So there's that. Face powder. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, although you can't see it because all the information is worn off the top. This is an 01 transparent. I have gone through a couple of these over my, you know, years of doing makeup. It just gives a really great matte finish, and it has a really finely milled texture about it. And I don't feel like it leaves any kind of discoloration, white shadow, anything like that. It's super affordable. I would highly suggest you try this if you want a mattifying powder. Bronzer. So this is my favorite bronzer, and honestly, I haven't been using it lately, but when I sat down and thought about this, like, what if I had to give up all of my other stuff, what would be the one that I really wanted? And it is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I can use this for contouring, I can use this for bronzing. In a pinch, I could use this to deepen up a shadow. And it smells like chocolate. Hey, hey now. This was a new compact. The one that I had, I broke. So this one looks like relatively untouched, which it sort of is, but this is the Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. When I have a bronzer, I don't want one that has shimmer in it. And this is a truly matte bronzer. I don't feel like it has any kind of rusty undertones on me, at least. Someone might disagree, but hey, we're all different and everyone's gonna have their own opinions. But for me, I feel like this has a really great undertone for my skin. I can sheer it out so it's a little bit less stark, or I can really deepen it up and get like a serious contour going on. I just really love this. This one is my favorite bronzer. Favorite blushes, it's gonna be Tarte blushes just in general. I feel like they are so good. This is one that I use quite often. This is in the color Thankful, and you can see I have like worn off a massive amount of the label on the back just because I reach for this quite often, and I've worn off a really good amount of the logo on the front, which is a telltale sign of liking a Tarte blush. So I really love the staying power of these. They have so many different varieties of colors. You can get them in gift sets during the holidays, which this is one that came in like a gift set because it's a smaller one. It would take you a century to go through a whole full size like this blush like this from Tarte. They're just so pigmented. They last really well. They give a nice brightness to the skin. I really, really, really love the blushes. Of all the blushes out there, that formula is my favorite. Highlighter. I have been in love with the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01. I use this quite a bit. I got this past summer when my friend Hannah came from Australia to visit, and she saw this at Sephora, and she's like, Melissa, come here, you have to come and check it out. And I swatched it and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that in my life. So I held off on buying it. And it's just got a really nice sheen. It's just right here. And then I finally gave in. I think I may have bought it like shortly after she left. I ordered it online. Ugh, I really love this. You can wet a brush and you can dampen a brush and intensify the color of it. I don't find that I get that like Instagram crazy like serious highlight going on, but I don't really want that in my life, so it's okay. I'm okay with it. I think you could really intensify it if you wanted to, but it just provides a really beautiful sheen. It's not glittery, it's got like just a healthy glow about it, and I love that about this highlighter. It is a little pricey. It is $40 for this highlighter, but it's so worth it. Next up, I have eyeshadow palettes, and I had to pick two of them. I just had to. Okay, so Ride or Die, my Naked Basics by Urban Decay palette. I have put some serious dents in some of these shadows because I love them. I haven't been reaching for this lately because I've been trying to use up other stuff, namely my It's Judy Time palette, and for a while there I just kept reaching for my Inglot shadows, but this gives just the most beautiful look, just an everyday gorgeous look. This is a really easy one for me to grab for, and it's not super expensive. It's right at $25 to $30 for this palette. I like the Naked Basics 1 rather than the Naked Basics 2. I just stinking love it. And when I was at the store the other day, you know what, I think they did change it a little. When I was at the store the other day and I was looking at it, Venus looked much more shimmery in the store than it does in my palette. In my palette, it is just kind of very, like, got a light sheen to it. It's not really, like, glittery. I don't know if they slightly changed it in the newer ones or what, but these are pretty much all matte for me. There is a very, 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 very slight sheen with Venus, but it's matte. So, I love this. I would always buy this and just have it because I love it. It's a great combo of shadows. The next one is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I know this one was limited edition. I don't know if they brought it back out again or anything like that, but I adore this palette. I wore this for so much of the summer. This Peaches and Cream shade down here, that is my jam. When that is gone, I'm gonna be so sad. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the peach shades in here, or I'm sorry, not the peach shades. I love the peach shades. I'm not the biggest fan of the peach smell. It's just okay. There were a lot of people complaining that there just wasn't enough peach, but I feel like this is a lot of peach over here, and then these have some peachy undertones, like Peach Pit, and you know, like the inside of a peach can have some plummy sort of tones right near the seed and things like that. I feel like you've got a, you know, a deep sort of purpley blue, purple, a really dark brown. This has got sort of a greeny undertone. These are some burnt oranges. You can get so many looks from this shadow, and I used to love using Peaches and Cream along with Luscious or Cobbler, and then Summer Yum or Puree to deepen up the outer corner, and then I would pop some Nectar in on the center just to sort of brighten it up. I love this shadow palette. If I had to give up all of the other ones and I could keep this one, I would also keep this one too. I absolutely love it. I haven't purchased any of the chocolate bar palettes or anything like that, so I am absolutely thrilled with this Too Faced palette. Love it. And I think I like broke my palette a little or something. It doesn't like want to close properly. I don't know. Let me know if anyone else has that problem. Next up, I chose Ride or Die mascara. I went for my old school Physicians Formula Organic Wear Jumbo Lash Mascara. This is in black, just black organic. I also like the ultra black one. This provides me with the most separated, volumized, lengthened lashes out of any of the other mascaras I've ever used. Voluminous Carbon Black is pretty good too, and I just used the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, which I did like as well, but the look that this one gives and the way that it builds, I enjoy this better than any other mascara I have ever tried. And I do know that some people experience flaking with this, and when I moved to the south here, it is more humid, so I did experience like a minor amount of like smearage with it throughout the day, and I think it was just from the amount of moisture in the air because it's not waterproof or anything, but I still go to this. This is my absolute favorite mascara. Next up we have lip products, so lipstick and lip gloss. This is probably the most I've ever used of any lip gloss. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lip Gloss, and this is in Fatal Apple. This just happens to be my favorite shade of this. I just really enjoy that formula. And in terms of lipstick, I also love the Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. This one's in Rich Girl Red. I just love how easily they go on. They're so smooth. They do have a little bit of sheen to them, but they're not like a super opaque lipstick that is drying or anything like that. I just don't like drying lipsticks. Like liquid lipsticks are super drying to me. I just don't really enjoy that. I really enjoy the formula of these because they're just so creamy and easy to apply. So, love that. Oh, the other gloss that I love is the NYX Butter Glosses. Love those, love those, love those. Ride or Die. I've used up a couple of those, so I do really enjoy those. Lastly, Jacqueline didn't put this in her video, but I'm going to grab a couple makeup application items that are my absolute favorite Ride or Die. Must have them. Alright, so my makeup application must-haves. I have been obsessed since last summer with these Real Techniques makeup sponges. They are very similar in texture to a beauty blender, the most similar that I have found yet, except I found that I really love this big flat side for applying my foundation. I feel like it's so much easier to apply foundation with this than the rounded ball of the beauty blender. I do really still love the beauty blender, but I really love this for application, and I use the other side for putting stuff under my eyes. They just work so darn well, and I feel like it's easier for me to keep this clean. You're looking at it going, what? I just used it earlier. It's easier for me to keep this clean and get it clean than it is the beauty blender. So, and these are significantly more affordable. These are like $5.99 a sponge instead of the $20 that a beauty blender is. Love this. I would purchase many more. I would purchase so many more of these than I would a beauty blender. just because of the price, and the quality is outstanding. So I know some people experience them falling apart maybe faster, but honestly, I've used this thing for like a year. I just keep cleaning it. I clean it every day. Grooming tool, little miniature scissors. I feel like, let's get personal. I feel like I have brow hairs that grow like really long. Like, you gotta take a weed whacker to those things, so they don't like get super like bushy and out of control this way, but like the hairs themselves actually grow quite long. So I just give them a little haircut. So I have these nifty little beauty scissors. I use these all the time. And then another brow item is the Tweezer Man tweezers. I have tried a ton of tweezers, and the Tweezer Man tweezers are my favorite. I actually lost a pair, which is this one right here, and I purchased another pair only to find these later, so now I have two of them. They just have the most precise tip on them, and they just work so well. They're so much more effective than other ones, because I find other tweezers, sometimes you'll grab onto a hair and you pull and it'll slip out of the tweezer, and it's not good. These are very precise though, and they have a great sharp tip on them. I love them. Let's see. Okay. Eyelash curler. This is the best darn eyelash curler that I have used yet. This is the Tarte eyelash curler. It's got a really nice spring action and a great frame, and I have replaced the little pad on it because I like it so much. So this is like $20 or so for an eyelash curler, and well worth it. I use it to curl my lashes every day. Before that, I was using this Revlon eyelash curler, just sort of a very traditional design. This one's a little bit different in design. I just like how this one curls my lashes better than this. This fits my eye better than this one. Like, this one's just super archy. I don't know. This one just fits my eye so much better. Lastly, I have a couple of brushes. These are my Ride or Die brushes. So this is, of all my Sigma brushes so far, it's my favorite one. This is the Sigma Large Handled Angled Contour F40. Man, I just keep throwing this thing around. Ugh. Okay. F40 Angled Contour Brush. And that's exactly what I use it for. Contour. Put the contour in there and just... And I typically put the bigger side up here towards the top, so I can concentrate more product up here in my cheek hollows of my rounded face as much as possible. And then the smaller bristles kind of disperse it out. I don't know. I really love that for contour, which is exactly what it's for. I just can't use any other kind of blush brush at this point. So this is the Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman. This is the blush brush. This is their egg-shaped blush brush. I use it for blush just constantly, every day. This is my go-to blush brush. I have not used another kind of blush brush since I purchased this like 3 years ago or something. It's fantastic. It gives you just the right amount of blush. It's tapered enough that you can control where it goes, or you can press a little bit heavier and get a bigger brush action going when you press down, or you can taper it out so it's a little bit more refined here at the end. It is fan-freaking-tastic for blush. I have never used a better blush brush. I hope not to. I really love that one. The last three items in my Ride or Die tag are some eye makeup brushes. So I just purchased this one. I used some Ulta points for it. This is another Real Techniques brush. This is part of the Bold Metals collection. And this is just the number 200. It's just a big rounded eye brush. And I had another eye brush by Smashbox, here it is, that I would use for the same thing. This is the Travel Tapered Shadow Brush by Smashbox. And it's just sort of that big flat shape, but it's flexible. And I would use this to take and put color all over my lid. This one is slightly bigger from that, but same kind of thing. Big flat brush. I freaking love this. The bristles are fantastic. They hold just the right amount of shadow. They spread things easily, and it's a gorgeous brush. This is like $12. I love it. Love it. The next two items are brushes that I actually got in Ipsy bags, which is really funny. So this pink one is by Luxie. It's a 205. It is a tapered blending brush. I would absolutely buy more of these. I think I looked into it at some point. It might be like $12 to $16 or something for this. It is the Luxie 205 tapered blending brush. It is a big fluffy blending brush. Look at that. And I use this for my crease color. It just blends really well. It's got a really nice brush density, and the bristles are super soft, and it just does a great job dispersing the shadow. And the last one is a Bean Gouache Paris, I don't know, smudge brush. Anyway, it's got some stiff bristles. It reminds me so much of a MAC brush, and I don't know the number on the MAC brush, but the texture of it, this is great for when I want to concentrate a little bit of darker color down here and then lightly blend it into the crease. Because the bristles are stiffer and not as flexible, they don't just like out the product. It really kind of helps you control where the product goes and put it just where you want it. So love that. All right, guys. Anyway, that is it for my ride or die tag. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you anyone who wanted me to do it or tagged me to do it. I really appreciate it. These are just my favorite items. I have used them for a very long time, except for that brush, which is new, and the eyeshadow, which is just from over the summer or late spring or something like that, maybe. I can't remember. Anyway, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button so we can hang out some more. If you are already subscribed, whoop whoop. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to come say hi to me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, I will have that link down below as well. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a beautiful day as always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!